Before I begin, I would just like to say a huge congratulations to my fellow classmates here tonight. When we were little kids, graduation was like a roller coaster we were not yet tall enough to ride, and something we thought we would never be tall enough for. But yet, here we are today, sitting in our brown or white caps and gowns. And so, before we strap in and say our final goodbyes to high school, I'd like to take a moment to pause and reminisce about these last 4 unique years at DHS. We started our freshman year starry-eyed and a bit nervous, finally getting off the safe merry-go-round of middle school as we prepared ourselves to meet new peers, meet teachers, and challenge ourselves with different classes and sports and clubs. Although this building behind us was so unfamiliar to us, we were all ready to go in head first and set the pace of a strong first year in high school. And as we went to our first football game, performed in our first winter concert, and acted in our first theater production, we began to explore the different attractions and rides at DHS. And just when it seemed like we got to know Dumont High School, we were forced to put our high school experience on hold and stand in a long and winding waiting hall, not knowing that our delay would go from 2 weeks to what felt like 2,000 years. But while that day is infamous in representing the beginning of quarantine, virtual Zoom learning, and everything else that came with the global pandemic, I believe a lot of good also came from this extra time. For many of us, quarantine and the pandemic was a chance to really get to know and understand ourselves as we matured into young adulthood. Not only were we able to explore new hobbies, interests, and goals, we were also able to turn such adversity into an opportunity to figure out what we really value. Whether it was getting into activism, crocheting, working out, or even just binging old movies and shows we've been wanting to rewatch. This was a time to break off our event wristbands we thought would identify us through a high school and really look into ourselves. And even with the inevitable sense of loneliness this period brought, we as an entire class made the most of it and still tried to create fun memories with each other through our online classes and our personal lives. We always found a way to connect and remain a community, whether that meant sharing an inside joke within our classes, popping into a teacher's office hours to chat, or creating new virtual club activities. However, as difficult as those times were, we pushed through them and entered our junior year stronger than ever. As upperclassmen, we began to set in stone our personal legacies at the high school, and were ready to face the most daunting loops and drops. Many of us finally found our place at DHS, surrounded by the teachers and friends we adored, and pursued whatever academic, extracurricular, and personal endeavors we had set for ourselves. We mustered up the courage to take that hard AP class, audition for that solo or lead role, run for that important leadership position, and compete in that regional or state competition, even breaking many school records. And as we entered our senior year and truly began to make our final decisions on our future and our passions, it felt like high school had just passed by as quickly as a fun trip to the amusement park. The once naive and nervous 14 and 15-year-olds we were when we first entered DHS became the now ambitious and mature adults ready to receive our diplomas and make our first big steps into our future. And so, as I close my speech, I want to simply applaud us all for the immense growth we have undergone and the hard work we have put in these last 4 years. While our high school experience may not have been an average or normal one, we did the best we could to create everlasting memories at DHS that we can continue to cherish. And so, congratulations, class of 2023. I'm proud of each and every one of us, and I wish us all the best of luck. Thank you.